Hey everyone, this is your friendly neighborhood English tutor, and I'm going to talk to you real quick about listing things. So when you're writing in your papers, sometimes, or probably most of the time, it seems very common to do this, is to list things more than 3 objects. So if you were to say, I want grapes, cherries, and oranges. Now, a huge common problem among people is whether or not you add a comma before the and in the list. So for example, would it be grapes, comma, oranges and apples, or would it be grapes, comma, oranges, comma, and apples? Now, there is no specific right way to do it. Either way is told to be an okay way, but the more preferable way that most people prefer is to have a comma before the and. And you will see a lot of people do not have a comma before the and, but it's more clear if you were to have the comma before the and. And the reason for this is because when you add something in a list that has an and in it, for example, Jack and Jill, say Jack and Jill is one object or one item in the list. Now, if you were to list 3 couples that were to come to a party, say Jack and Jill, Bill and Mary, and Steve and Sue. Now, if you were to have commas not before the and in a sentence such as apples, oranges, and grapes, it could be mistaken that apples, comma, oranges, and grapes instead of apples, comma, oranges, comma, and grapes. If you were to leave the comma out before the and, it could be mistaken for a pair, like I just mentioned, for, a couple. So Jack and Jill. So say that you wanted the 3 couples in a list. You would not put commas before their ands, and that is because that they are identified as one object. So for example, say that Jack and Jill is one object, or one item in the group, or one person in the group, or one couple in the group. They're identified as one because they're coming together. But say Mary and Lou are coming separate. So if you want to say who is coming to the party, you would say Mary, comma, Lou, comma, and Jack and Jill. Or you could have Jack and Jill in the middle of the sentence, which could be Mary, comma, Jack and Jill, comma, and Lou. Now the and in the Jack and Jill does not have a comma because they are one object. So, if you want to list other things, people may mistaken, even though there's not an and before the group or the couple, people could mistake the and without a comma before it as a group. So again, we'll take, 3 animals. So what kind of animals are at the zoo? At the zoo, there are zebras, comma, bears, comma, and monkeys. Now, I don't even know if there's bears at the zoo, but whatever. So, what you could do is you could put the comma before the and to definitely show that zebras, comma, bears, comma, and monkeys are all separate, or you could leave the comma before the and out. But then it could be mistaken as zebras, comma, bears, and monkeys. Well, are bears and monkeys in the same cage? No, not necessarily, they're not. So, that's why we add the comma before the and, to show that they are distinctively different items or different objects in the list. You will see people that do leave the comma out before the and it could be confusing at times. But it is not necessarily wrong, but it is preferably right to have the comma before the and. So, that is my tutorial on making lists in your writing. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me, and please visit my blog. The link is in the description of this video if you are watching this on YouTube. Otherwise, you're probably watching this on my blog. So, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.